Welcome to Inside the Booth, everybody. How's everybody doing tonight? I'm your host, The Ghost. Welcome, welcome. Hey, we have merchandise for you. And to everybody who bought merchandise today and yesterday, thank you.
Yes,
we appreciate that.
Yes.
My brother's going to get a big check now because of you guys.
Ooh,
so,
the biggest.
Anyways, so tonight we were going to have an inter-review, and unfortunately our special guest, Angela, could not make it. Just pray for her. Personal stuff. I'm not going to get in on that. But so we're still going to do a movie review on Star Trek from 2009, the three of us. So this ought to be interesting.
Yes.
And so I guess that's pretty much it. I mean, merchandising, my brother's famous line. He's going to get us all a flamethrower for Christmas this year that says Inside the Booth on it.
What I've always wanted.
Inside the Booth, flamethrower.
Thrower.
The kids love this one.
Not just the kids.
So let's do some shout outs. See, Mom. Hi, Mom. And
Hey, Mom.
I saw Uncle Mike. Hey, Uncle Mike. And then there's Phil. What's up, Phil?
That's
and
right.
Dax and Rogue. Who else?
Lulu.
Lulu.
She's a great supporter of everybody.
What's up, Lulu?
Master of the TDS was on.
Mm-hmm.
Ricky.
R2 the Icky. That's right. And Dax also says she didn't get shot by Alec Baldwin too, did she?
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't know that one.
My brother's out of the loop with up-to-date news, everybody.
No, yeah.
It'll come full circle.
Yeah.
Sweet.
It's better to be out of the loop until all the information comes forward instead of everybody making their own presumptions.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Just saying.
Yes. Boomer Dan, Ghost from Canada, me, and the beautiful Tabitha.
That's
bluish Tabitha.
Bluish.
The rave Tabitha over here.
The rave Tabitha. I'm guessing that has to do with something about J.J. Abrams and the lens flares of 2009 Star Trek.
Gotta love it.
Or
lens
any
flares.
J.J. Abrams film. Let's just be real.
Yeah, that's true. But this movie, it was kind of obnoxiously
hardcore.
Too much. Yeah.
Everything was way too
scene.
bright.
Little Spider-Man and Mrs. R2 the Icky are watching as well. Hey guys.
Hey
Cool.
guys, that's right.
The whole family.
What's up, family?
What's up, Avery?
Yes, Avery. Ghostbusters, what do you... Huh?
What?
What do you what?
What do you what?
I don't know.
Ghostbusters,
What do you what?
I don't know.
Sounds
What
like
do
a
you
riddle that we're not
who do
familiar
you
with.
call, maybe? I do the
Yes.
what?
That's right. Keep humor PG tonight, people.
I will keep, yeah. Coming for PG then.
Well, then make sure Whitey doesn't show up.
That's right.
We might be
We'll
so
keep it
short,
PG.
he'll show up and we'll already be off. So
Yeah, that's right. He always comes in late, and then he wants to stay on longer. So
That's right. He has that happen.
he'll be like, "Oh snap, nobody's here."
yep.
He'll
Or
text
he'll
Dan
come
and
on
be
right
like,
when we're
come back
saying
on.
goodbye. Yeah,
Yeah.
right. No B jokes. No B jokes.
No B
Oh,
jokes.
by the way, during Twitter, when I tag everybody, I don't mean to make people feel less or more. It's really hard to tag people.
Here comes the guilt train.
We have 300 followers, and I try to get everybody, but I don't get everybody. I only get like 2 pages of tags, and I usually hit the @ sign and then D, and then I go down the list, then A, then I go down the list, then B, then I go down the list. So if you don't get tagged, I am so sorry. Please Don't.
But
don't
if you
take it
want to
personal.
get tagged, be sure to follow us at Inside the Booth
That's
on
right.
Twitter.
That's right. And if I don't tag you, make sure. That's right. Make sure you follow us and then leave a comment saying I didn't tag you. Then I'll
Right.
tag you.
Guilt Dan into tagging you, and he will tag you.
That's right.
Or you could come over to Facebook and be tagged.
Or
That's right.
Instagram. We're
Yeah,
all a
that's
little
right.
all over the place.
We don't really tag on Facebook, not like you used to.
Well, I know.
We should.
I'll
We
go
have
back to
412
tagging.
followers. Oh, we got 412 followers. Way to leave 112 people out there.
Whoopsies.
So forget about not tagging people. He just completely omitted a big group of people.
Sorry about that, everybody. Don't leave
Whoopsies.
because of it.
That's okay.
Oh,
you know,
that's funny.
David
All I
and
say
I,
is-
we knew about the 112. Dan just forgot. That's all. So you're not really forgotten.
That's
We
right.
did.
That's right.
We did.
That's all right. I just say get thicker skin. You'll
That's
be
right.
okay.
That's right. They be poking on MySpace. MySpace.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, we'll start a page on
Facebook.
MySpace too.
That's right.
It
We'll
might
call
make a
it
comeback the
Facebook.
way Facebook's going. You never know.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. You never know. We'll have to hit up.
Oh my
I
gosh.
think Trump was making a new one, isn't he?
Mhm.
Yes, we'll
That
be there
rumor
too.
has it.
We'll
That's
be on
right.
that one too.
We'll jump over there
Everywhere.
instead. Yeah, that's right.
We're already on Parler. We're already on Clout Hub. We're on Rumble. So
Are you on Getter? Getter?
no.
No.
Listen,
Not that one?
I tried. I tried. It's just too much. So
And if anybody wants to volunteer to help us keep up on these
social media.
medias, give
Yeah.
us a message. We'd be glad to include you.
Dan might even tag you.
You might get a tag.
That's right. So R2 says, "How's your foot, Dax?"
That's right. I was
Yes,
wondering
Dax.
about that.
How is your foot?
Hope it's
Yeah,
healing
Dax,
okay.
how's your foot? No idea.
He broke was it 2 bones in his foot, I think?
I think
Ouch.
so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Forgot
Oh,
my password.
Lulu
on
forgot
Getter.
their password.
It's still broken, he says. It only hurts really bad when I do stupid things with it. As we all tend to hurt when we do stupid things. We don't have to have broken bones to do that.
This is true. This is true. All right. Let's get on with the movie, shall we?
Oh, the reason why Avery said something about Ghostbusters because it looks like he just watched 2016 Ghostbusters.
What the what?
It was on. Yeah, what? Yeah, exactly. So that's what the what was all about. Hey,
Okay.
Kaylee, what's up?
Hey, Kaylee.
And Namons. Kaylee, Namons. What's up, everybody?
The true extraordinary gentleman. Oh, he was from last time we talked about the movie.
Namons.
His name is stuck.
Yeah, true extraordinary gentleman. That's right. That was from last time.
Nice.
What was that? Tuesday.
Tuesday.
That's right.
Well, here we are on Sunday. Here on Sunday. So
Never
let's
tap
move
dance. Yes, let's move on.
All right. So
I don't
we're
have
doing
the
a review
cover of this
on
movie.
Star Trek 2009, directed by J.J. Abrams,
2009, J.J. Abrams.
starring Chris Pine and a whole bunch of other people that I don't remember their names.
Zachary Quinto, Zoe Saldana, Carl Urban.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Those
And
people.
an appearance with Chris Hemsworth in the first scene.
Hemmings? I thought it was just Hemsworth.
And
Is it
Leonard
Hemsworth or
Nimoy.
Hemsworth.
It's Hemsworth.
Hemsworth. Okay.
Wing hugs. to
What'd you say,
too.
Oh yeah, Eric
Oh, yes.
Bannon. Eric
Wing
Bannon.
hugs. Hey,
No, he-
by the way, I did a lot of wing hugs today. I was
You did.
dressed as an owl
There you
at a
go.
library. So I had wings on my arms and I was hugging people.
What a creeper, Dan.
Wow.
They were a
Why
bunch
didn't
of
you
old
take a
people, too.
picture? Why don't you take a picture of that and send it to us?
I'll send you a picture. Marielle took lots of pictures.
What about
and I
a
will-
video of you doing wing hugs?
No, there's no
We
video.
have a GIF
I
for
told
that.
Marielle to video it, but she said no. Because I would have made a GIF out of it if I was dressed in a suit and hugged somebody and I call it wing hugs.
Should have. That would have been great.
Wing hugs.
Yes,
Thanks to Ray Ron for that one.
that's right. And Avery Cruz.
Mm-hmm.
Wing hugs.
Wing hugs.
Do you know about wing hugs, David?
Vaguely. Yeah, I've seen some memes and
Okay.
GIFs.
I was like,
Whatever
you
you
were
call 'em.
kind of like
What's up,
nervously
TD?
chuckling. So I want to make sure you knew what we were talking about.
Nervously chuckling.
Of
No,
course,
Tabitha,
it's
you look
nervously
absolutely
because
beautiful
it's
tonight,
kind
I may say so. You can say so.
Thanks, TD. It's my lens flare
It is. I need to throw
Celebrate.
in a lens flare.
to
Lens
celebrate
flare.
JJ
Oh, my-
Abrams. And not only that,
my
I
lights-
I come with a Star Trek T-shirt. I come with my tea, Earl Grey hot, and also in a Star Trek cup. It's not
Wow.
officially a Star Trek cup. We just happened to have these back in the 90s. Everybody had these left over from the 80s. And so I was like, hey, I'm going to pay. This thing is old, man. This cup is old.
That's awesome.
But I
That
was
is-
like,
I'm glad you have nostalgic with you.
so I am
right.
representing all kinds of Star Trek, and I'm wearing gold, because representing the more important people on the ship, at least in the
Yeah.
originals.
Like James T. Kirk.
It's right.
Yeah, I'll try to make my ears pointy.
Yeah, I should have
Didn't
done
work.
that. I could have done that with some tape. Yeah,
That's
they
right.
wouldn't have been quite as prominent though.
Nice.
But yes, I came prepared for Star Trek.
I surely did
Awesome.
not come prepared for Star Trek, except for watching the movie and having my brain filled with such knowledge. So,
Okay.
Yes. Some
except
weird
for knowing,
stuff.
except for knowing people's actors' names and so on and
Yeah.
so forth.
Yes, some of their names.
Some movie.
I only know the important ones. The Chris's.
The
Chris's.
Chris's. That's right.
That was before Chris One was actually somebody special, right? Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Chris Hemsworth.
It's I don't know. I thought that beginning was weird, where Chris Hemsworth is really young, and then his son is young, and it's just like, hey, look, they're the same person almost.
What?
There
I
was
don't know,
a
it was
time.
weird to
There
me.
was a time change.
I know there was, but it was just weird to me, and it
When you
just
open
didn't
the
seem
store.
like there was.
Wow. All right. Since you're on that, what's the plot for you, bro? Come on.
Yeah.
Tell us.
Yeah. Do tell us,
Uh,
Dan. I'm curious to know what
Time
you.
travel.
Come on.
It was about time traveling
It's-
and Spock meeting Spock and just
Wow.
things happening, and like, okay, the bad guys were like, hey, you destroyed our planet, so we went back in time through a black hole because we didn't mean to, but we did it anyways. And now we're gonna destroy your planet instead. So yeah, it was weird.
All right.
Okay.
That's
Anyone want to elaborate
Do you
on
want
that?
to build off of that? I'm curious
Josh,
to know how
yeah,
you would add to that.
Quells. Yeah, I don't know. How would you add to that?
Add to that.
I don't
who,
know.
who are you talking to? Me?
Yeah, I said David.
Oh, I'm
Hello,
sorry.
Josh.
I'm the
Thanks for
ghost.
coming.
I'm
Oh,
not
excuse
just
me.
David.
Sorry.
Mhm.
Hey,
Mhm.
the ghost.
Ghost.
Yes.
What
Would you like
would
to
you
add
add to that plot to maybe make it sound better?
Well, yes. Well,
Or did I do a good job explaining it?
My favorite part was where stuff happened.
stuff
That was my
happened
favorite
in
part of the
between.
movie, in fact.
Yeah.
Okay, so. Well, wait. Before I go on, do you give that a plot a point? Your version, bro?
No.
Okay.
It's
Wait,
because of the stuff.
Dan wouldn't want to meet himself? No, not really.
Yeah, it might be scary. So-
love the ghost hashtag. Thanks, Dennis.
That's
Black Market
right.
Outpost. Speaking of
Yes.
which, I thought I saw a sneak peek of something Dreaming Tabitha's making. That's something maybe Dennis maybe sent to her or something.
It may or may not
Sneaky.
look like this.
Oh, don't show too much. Okay.
Exactly.
All right,
Coming
go ahead,
along
bro.
beautifully.
Maybe I'll get a sneak peek after the show.
That's
Anyways.
right. After the show, when
No
nobody else is
special
looking.
privileges. Either you follow me on social media or you don't.
We get special privileges because we're a team.
Yeah.
There's no I in team, Tabitha.
But there is an M and there is an E, and that spells me.
How did I know that was coming? I just knew that was coming.
Probably because that saying's been around for like 15 years.
Yeah, that too.
We got Lulu saying sneak peek, and then Dennis going secret, LOL. My bad. Did I spoil a secret?
All right, so my plot.
Yes.
Here's what I got from this movie. Romulans come in. They're pretty pissed, but you don't know why they're pissed in the beginning. So they destroy the ship that George Kurt is on, and he becomes captain for like 5 minutes or less. And he's a hero and dies.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, James Tiberius Kurt has the worst traumatic childhood life of his time.
Of his
growing up, and he's like he's a rebellious kid. He drives cars, drives him off a cliff, and he jumps out and somehow lives. So he's got super abilities too on top of that. So he's not just a troubled kid, but he's a superhero troubled kid. So
is there any other
thank
kind?
you, TD.
Huh?
Is there any other kind of superhero that's not troubled?
Well, if you go back to like 1940 something, Superman had no problems.
Oh.
Now he's full of problems.
Well, it's true. But I mean, he was raised by people that weren't his biological parents. Some people
But
might
he was
consider
still
that.
raised in the church, though. He still had Jesus. He still had good Christian moral values. And then
I didn't know that Superman went to church.
Hey,
I think they changed all that, didn't they?
They sure did over the years. But I'm talking about original Superman. He was raised in the Middle West, the Midwest.
Thanks, R2.
The Bible Belt. So, you just fill in the gaps. That's where he gets his morals from. And then he saves everybody's lives. And becomes savior of the world. So there you go.
There you go. Subhuman, what's up? How you doing? Thanks for coming.
So anyways, my plot, where I'm going with this plot thing here, is that, so you watch James Kirk, struggle his whole life basically up until he makes the, academy. And then he makes a turnaround because Captain Pike is a good motivational speaker. And he just was like, yeah, maybe I will, become captain in 3 years instead of 4. So.
Or maybe now.
Maybe now.
Or maybe there just happens to be a catastrophe that kind of pushes me along in my adventure.
That's
so
right.
I'm going to just join the ship anyway.
Yeah, I'm just jumping all in,
That's right. That's right.
And then the story continues. It's, to me, I feel like most of the story is about Spock, anyways, because as you go further along in the plot, you kind of drop off Kurt there, and now you jump back into Spock's life and how he grew up, and he's half human, half Superman, and people didn't like that.
Half Superman.
They didn't like him being superhuman. They wanted him just to either be human or alien, not both.
That's right. That's right.
How dare he have both skills and be the best of both worlds?
And have emotions, nonetheless.
Yeah, and have emotions. Not okay.
You can't have emotions. You're Klingon.
I don't know. I like
Vulcan.
some of the story. Yeah, Vulcan.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Klingon is the one with the
guy with
lines,
the 4 heads.
Right? Yeah. That's
Bro, you don't even know what you're talking about.
I don't even know which Star Trek I'm looking at here. Vulcan, you're right.
But
Sorry.
but I think what J.J.
Are you out of
Abrams-
your Vulcan mind?
Mind
Yeah.
That was stupid. Oh my gosh. Anyways.
That's a funny
It's like-
line.
Yeah,
Anyways.
I thought some of that dialogue was a little pushed.
But I do appreciate this movie though, because it was way before woke generation came and cancel culture came. I mean, some people were getting canceled in the early 2000s, but you didn't. It was like no big deal. Whatever.
Yeah, no one called it cancel culture.
Right. So I appreciate the movie for that because it still seemed very normal in a sense. There was some normality to it. The writing maybe
For science fiction.
Yeah, we're not on writing. Sorry, but I don't know. I like the stories of children who are orphans and make something great with themselves because their whole lives everybody said you're a loser, and then they're like, "No, I'm not a loser. You're a loser."
That's more like an allegory, I think, right?
Yeah, but it's anyway. So
It's still part of the storyline.
it's still part of the storyline. So anyway, so
I don't know.
I give it a point because I like that type of storyline. So
Yeah,
I do.
I don't know.
Because they're both losers.
They-
Kirk and Spock. They're both losers. And
Why are
and then
they
they become
losers?
friends after being losers to each other.
They're just losers.
Why is Spock a loser?
He was actually winning pretty good over there, you know.
I was going to say he was
like
top
on
of his field.
class or whatever.
He knew how to sucker punch. I'm just saying, like, I don't see how he was a loser.
No.
Well,
in my
I
opinion,
guess
they're both
he was
losers.
a loser as in, he had a human mom and a
Oh, do you
Vulcan
mean his
dad.
culture? Are you talking
His
about that too?
culture
His
was
culture?
Messed
No.
up for him.
No,
Emotionally, he was a loser. He didn't know how to deal with emotions.
He was a child.
Doesn't matter.
Not when he got older. But
Yeah,
Vulcans
exactly.
are not supposed to have emotions. I
But
think
that's
that's what
because
they were
he's
going
half.
for. But then now he's
doesn't
half.
make him a loser. And
I did like the part where his dad was saying, "Hey, speak your mind," and he's like, "All right, I'm gonna tell you." And he's like, "I hate him. I want to kill the person who destroyed my mother and my
which
planet."
is a natural reaction.
Right.
Doesn't make you a loser.
But the father was like, "I have no emotions to what your emotions are about. I love you anyways,
because
son."
he's a different species.
I know.
Spock is still a loser in my book. Sorry.
Now,
Yeah,
is
he
Spock
was
a loser
interesting.
in your mind? Is Spock a loser in this film, or overall is Spock a loser to you?
I think it was just this film.
I don't know the other Spock very well.
Because the other Spock didn't have this problem when he was
this is
younger.
That's not true.
The interesting thing,
The time
of this
continuum
whole movie,
changed.
Okay, this whole movie, basically, I believe, because I'm just be straight up. I never really watched the 1950s, 60s Star Trek. I was not avid in that. Okay, but I think what J.J. Abrams and his writers did was create a whole new universe. Created a whole new universe by having this time machine thing happen, where they went back in time, killed off
The
Kirk's
old
dad, and ruined everything, destroyed the whole Vulcan planet. Give everybody trauma, which leads to drama.
Rewrite the story.
So then there you are.
This was the beginning of 2016, rewriting everything.
Right? Yeah, I can see that. But it was cool back then because it was new.
Making it kind of yeah. But I don't know. I heard a lot of flack. A lot of Trekkies didn't like this movie.
I mean, I can see that. Everybody having their own little opinions about it. I mean, I'm not a diehard Trekkie
I'll be honest with you, I didn't like this movie.
Okay, I did.
Oh, well, that's good. Glad
sandwiched in between here.
All right, go ahead, share. Hey, at least I still gave it a point. So
this is true. This is true.
Just because I think the two guys are losers doesn't mean anything.
Right. I have to disagree in thinking that Spock's a loser because I can't figure out why you think he's a loser. I can't figure out the validity for that. But I mean, I get the whole emotional dysfunction, things like that. But I mean, that kind of makes sense, and it is alluded to in the original series. So we're trying to get like a sneak peek of what it must have been like for Spock to have grown up. Now, I will say, Kirk, I find him to be an annoying character, but I always have. Even though he's a good character, he's just one of those people that it's really, in my opinion, for me, difficult to like him because he's such a jerk.
Yeah, he's very arrogant. He's very
yes,
arrogant.
and he's one of those people, those annoying people that's good at everything he does when he puts his mind to it. Like he's
His
gifted.
voodoo don't stink.
Right, there you go. Or if it does, he just doesn't care because he has so much confidence about it. And so now I would say my least favorite scene out of the whole film, honestly, is when he jumps out of the car as a child, because it's like, I don't understand that. I don't understand why he drove it off the cliff, and then I don't understand
because the cops were chasing him. So he was like,
Jan,
I can get
I've
away.
been chased by the cops. I said chased. Somebody was going to give me a ticket and was following behind me. I didn't decide to speed it up and run into the trees. Like,
but he was thinking they'll follow the car down the ravine and he'll be set free because he rolled out of it,
Well, no, I mean, no. Did you hear the conversation he had with his stepfather? He hated his stepfather.
Right.
Oh, right.
And that was his stepfather's car.
Oh,
right.
What better way to stick it to him but let the thing go off the cliff?
Right.
Well, I guess that's true.
I mean, I see that, but I kind of feel like that was a really weak scene because just the kids jumping out of the car at the last minute, all that kind of stuff. And I don't know, but I thought it was good. Again, I've seen the originals and I have enjoyed them from exactly. The nerve. And I liked the characters. I liked the plot. I thought it was interesting. Again, before time travel and changing the history of everything that we've ever come to love was a thing. I thought it was interesting how they did that, and a little bit of story. It kind of broke my heart that the entire planet of Vulcan was destroyed, because I mean that's a big change for the future, of course, and then Spock coming back and that happening. But okay, I wasn't chased by the cops. I'm sorry, I used the wrong verb there. That's why I clarified. I was being followed.
Stopped.
I was being followed by the police officer. I was going too fast. I was younger then. I was late for work and I didn't care. Going 20
now the
miles
truth comes out.
20 miles over the speed limit, but everybody else was doing it, so I was like, hey, I'll do it anyway. That was an expensive ticket. Anyway.
I've had suspensions on my license, so.
Oh, okay. That's the only ticket I've ever gotten for speeding like that. So no, I cried. That guy didn't care, and I wasn't looking to get out of the ticket. I mean, I was wrong. I was wrong for what I did. So
that's why you cried, because you were wrong.
Because I was terrified. I grew up respecting my elders, and so this dude comes towards the car. I'm trying to hold it together. I cry very easily, and I'm just like, I am so sorry. It was almost like your dad was coming to talk to you. And so, anyway, I give this movie's plot a point. There's too much for me to talk about. I liked it. I like the references to the originals because, again, we're trying to re-understand what we know about the originals, but reimagined at the same time. I thought,
I thought some of that dialogue was forced, and from the originals to the new one, they just seemed forced. Like he's like, "Good God, man, I'm a doctor, not a physicist."
But I mean, that's how he talked. So how else was he supposed to say those lines?
I don't know.
I'm giving it all she got, Captain.
Maybe. Okay. You know what? Maybe the guy was cast wrong because the words just didn't come out the way like fluently like it did.
I like
back
that
in
actor
the
though.
60s. The actor there,
Yeah,
was that guy actually
actor.
Scottish? Maybe that's what makes the difference.
Oh, you mean the guy who plays
Scotty?
In the newer ones, not in the older ones.
Yeah, he is Scottish.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about the guy who plays Bones.
Yeah, we were talking about Bones. Yeah.
Oh, you said I'm giving it all she's got, Captain. That's Scotty.
Yeah, but then we jumped over and started talking back about
Oh, okay.
Bones.
Oh yeah, sorry about that.
Okay, that's confusing because I'm like,
You're not
Simon
listening.
Pegg is not Scottish. I am listening. You guys are crossing
Okay.
over.
Yeah, sorry.
By the way, Phil, I
Anyways.
am not cooler for having broken the law. Don't think that.
That's right.
She's a thug.
She is a thug. Her secret
Cheers.
thug life. So yeah, anyways,
Aren't you?
I'm gonna guess that David has
Oh,
a
it worked.
Jesus is my co-pilot bumper sticker. He probably right? The ghost does, right?
No,
No, he doesn't, but
I don't have that, but thanks. Thanks for asking.
Judge Dredd was an awesome bones.
I haven't seen that. I think it's out of my preferred.
Wait a minute, he's the one who played Judge Dredd?
The new Judge
Yes.
Dredd. Yeah.
Yes, Carl Urban has done so much stuff. He's
Carl
been in
Urban, that's
Thor.
his name. Thank you. Did you?
Uh,
Sorry, I
yeah.
wasn't listening.
Right.
Anyways,
How's that feel? Yeah.
I think Stallone did a great Judge Dredd. He
They
did
were-
better.
I haven't
I
seen either.
am the law.
You're not on this list.
The way your lip curled up. That was great.
I am the law.
Oh, there he is.
That should be its own GIF right there. R2, get on it.
He's got the gun. Yeah. Anyways, that's a good movie. Anyways,
We're not talking about that movie though.
I know. Okay, let's go to acting, right?
Yep.
All right, acting. I think everybody did a good job. It was written the way they acted. The only things I didn't like was the push dialogue, but that has to do with the plot, so not the acting. So I will give the acting a point.
No, that's the writing, but that's
Well,
Right.
writing, plot. Don't we do kind of both in one? Writing, plot, writing,
Kinda.
kind of ish.
kind of
Anyways,
ish.
okay.
Otherwise, we'll have to make the 6 categories.
Yeah.
Just keep
No,
adding
that's
them.
not- that's right.
More categories coming to inside the booth near you. All right.
Well, we have like a
Woo.
T-shirt with 12 different categories.
We're going on all these.
Miscellaneous. That would be my favorite one, where it's just like anything.
Category miscellaneous. All right, I give acting a point. I thought they all did a great job.
I'm
acting.
gonna get memed again. Thank you. I kind of like it.
Dan likes the attention.
He sure does.
I do.
He's an attention hog.
I give the acting a point as well. I thought everybody did a good job. Again, they're trying to be younger versions of the original cast, so naturally, a lot of them are going to have that kind of, youthful, kind of teenager attitude, needing to be adjusted in their rebellion, arrogant in what they stand for, learning who they.
Question: not being a Trekkie guy, that Russian, is he really in the original?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is. Okay,
Chekhov?
I didn't know that.
Yes, he just
Chekhov.
had more of a Beatles haircut.
Oh, okay. And
Yeah.
he sounded that Russian, like his accent was that thick.
In the originals, no, because that guy, if I'm not mistaken, I don't think the original guy. This guy was what's his name? Anton Yelkin. He's actually from Russia. I'm not quite sure if the original. I don't think the original guy was from Russia.
Okay, so his accent probably wasn't that thick. I was just wondering because I didn't know. I didn't remember. Like I'm not a Trekkie
Quichter. That
fan.
was. I love that.
Yeah.
Victor.
Victor.
Quichter.
What number was that, anyways?
V, wasn't it? Victor.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I didn't even catch on to that. I was always like, when I watched it, I was like, what? And then he says it again, and I'm like, I still didn't get it.
Yeah, the original guy's from Chicago, so he did the best he could.
Nice. All right. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Tabitha, were you done
Yeah.
talking about
Yes.
the acting? Okay, so it's David. It's
No.
the
Well,
ghost's
he
turn.
already gave.
Cinematography. That's what
Oh.
we're on now.
Oh, cinematography. Let's see here. We had a lot of. The only thing I could see was lens flares. That's it. It shined in my face, even in the scenes there was no lights. There was still some lens flares.
He was talking about that in the snow.
Oh my goodness. It drove me nuts. I really couldn't stand the movie because of it. That was one of my biggest gripes, I think. So cinematography, I give it no points. No points at all. Zip, zero, zilch. You did a bad job, J.J. Abrams. Even the parts that probably would have been good, you throw a lens flare in there, it screws it all up. Because you can tell these were not even real lens flares from the camera to the light.
They
He
were
added
layers.
them.
Yeah.
He added these. Why did you have to add it in every single shot?
The same reason that
That
Michael Bay
just
has to make
annoyed
everything
me.
explode every 10 seconds. That's a signature thing.
Yeah, and don't forget John Woo. He likes to throw doves in every.
Well, that's
scene.
different. He's not throwing doves in every single shot he makes.
Could you imagine if he did?
He's right here, a dove behind him, and then the next shot he's over here, the dove behind him. That would be just that would drive me insane. Same with Michael Bay. If there was an explosion in every single scene, that would drive me nuts, man.
Ricky, I didn't see any campfires in this movie, so
we did see lens flares. That's
that
almost
was it when he was on the ice planet. Did he not start a fire?
No, I
couldn't
didn't
remember.
See no
It's been a little while since I've seen this film.
They walked to a building.
Yeah, they did, and they froze themselves to death, basically.
Right.
And they
Raging
were chased.
Dan, yes, you're right.
Chased by a Star Wars beast of some sort.
No,
but what about when he was in
enough.
the cave with Spock?
Yeah,
there was no fire in there.
I didn't see a fire. I don't remember seeing. Did anyone else see a fire?
Because
let us know in the
if there's a campfire in this movie,
it's
then
a manly movie.
It's a man's movie.
Yeah, that's right.
No campfire. Just throw it out the window.
No man's movie.
No.
This. Even if there was a campfire, the lens flare would be so bright you wouldn't see it.
That was great.
Freaking lens flares.
This is one of my. Yeah, no. So J.J. Abrams, after this movie, I think he did die down the lens flare a little bit.
Oh, well, that's good.
Videos.
That's really good.
Movies, right?
Did you see any lens flares in The Force Awakens?
Yes, well, of course. But he only did it when there was a lightsaber or the pew 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 the laser was like paused in the air because he's going, stopped it. It was weird.
Nice.
But there was some lens flares, but it wasn't all over the place. So,
no.
Which was...
But that
was
you know what? If you would have put more lens flares in that movie, it probably would have saved the franchise. Just saying.
I don't think
lens
so.
Flares.
Because yeah, I don't think so. You know what J.J. Abrams' movie company is called, right? Lens Flare Company. I don't know what they're called.
I thought it was Bad Robot.
Bad Robot.
Is it Bad Robot?
I don't know.
Like
it might be. I don't know.
Man, what happened to him? He did really good with Lost, that whole TV series.
The whole TV series?
Well, not the whole.
We must have been watching a different TV series. It was like up to good until like what, season 3 or season 4?
Oh, right when the writer's strike happened. Never mind. You're right. Good point.
But it was good up until that point. You're right.
Where he had to write his own
material
for his own show.
That got weird and ended stupidly.
Oh yeah, it was.
Anyway, so The Ghost. Do you give cinematography? What do you feel about it? Dan is very adamant about his feelings.
I'm feeling a half a point on this one.
What?
Only because I like the CGI in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the CGI was even really bad. You see that one monster running at him? That one looked horrible because he wasn't even saturated properly. You didn't see how gray it was?
Bro.
Now the other monster that ate the other monster, that was a better CG monster. I don't know what these monsters are called, so I'm just
Yeah, I
calling
don't
them.
know.
The one that was before the one that ate it.
When stuff happened.
Yeah, where all this stuff happened in
And
the
then the
snow
one
part.
that fell.
Yeah, the one that fell. That one. That one was a little better, but the CG wasn't all that great. I didn't
Hey,
think.
you know what? To each his own, man.
I know.
I felt the CGI was especially good in the space scenes. I enjoyed watching
Well,
the
the space scenes, yeah, because
Enterprise
you're
come up out of the
inside
smoke.
the.
Shut
Oh.
up! I'm talking here.
Oh, okay. Oh,
I enjoyed
my
I enjoyed the Enterprise coming up out of the smoke by Saturn. That was awesome, man. Even the warp speed was. I know it's no Star Wars warp speed, but I enjoyed the effect of that warp
hyper.
speed. Yeah, hyper. I don't know. Whatever.
Hyperdrive.
I don't know all the science behind all this
Wait a minute.
stuff, like all the science that's going on in this world now.
Ludicrous speed.
Warp
Go!
speed is Star Trek. Hyperspace is Star Wars, isn't it?
No.
Yeah, because
I have no idea.
Picard would always say warp 7, Mr. Sulu, or not Sulu, Mr. What's his face, Ensign. Wrong. Anyway,
Yeah.
sorry.
That's okay. That's all right. But
Was
I
that
just
ridiculous speed.
yeah, I like ridiculous and
Ludicrous.
ludicrous speed. Those speeds are the best because they can take you to Plaid.
That's
So-
right. They've gone to Plaid. Warp speed is Star Trek, Archie says. Yes.
Awesome. Anyways, so I give it half a point. I thought some of the scenes I like the bridge scenes, even
I
though
like
there was
this.
a lot of
Bro,
lens flares.
well, that was definitely not Pastor Dave.
Shut up, I'm
I'm talking.
Maybe if more pastors talked like that, people pay attention in church. I'm just saying.
Yes.
I'm
That's
just-
right. That's right. Shut up, I'm talking.
It's that little old lady that won't whisper,
Shut up! I'm talking here.
Hyperspace is Star Wars. Okay,
Yeah.
thanks, R2.
Right.
And ludicrous speed is Spaceballs. Well, I know that.
Right. You got that figured out. I
That's
almost
awesome.
spit out my tea when you said that, by the way.
I know.
Yeah.
It was amazing. I
It was
enjoyed
hard.
every minute of that.
Light speed is too slow. Light speed too slow.
That's awesome.
We're gonna have to go to ludicrous speed.
That's right. Forget about Star Trek and Star Wars. We'll go back to reviewing Spaceballs.
Yes.
Okay.
At least that was fun.
So I'm just going to go out of the box here. And here's my reasoning.
Okay.
I give this movie, the cinematography, I give it a point. Because I liked it. As far as I didn't mind the lens flares, stuff like that. Here's where my problem lies. Is that I thought it was because it was a new movie, it was refreshing, it was starting over, all this. So, you've got all these fireworks everywhere, right?
Yeah.
When every other movie in the Star Trek franchise went that route, that's when I noticed, oh, this is what he does. This is over the top. This is always going to be here in our lives as long as he makes movies. I didn't mind it so much in the first film. Yeah, it's kind of annoying, but I didn't mind it so much necessarily until I realized this was going to be something you could depend on for every J.J. Abrams film. So that's where my problem lies. For the first movie, I didn't mind it. When you can anticipate something as ridiculous as a lens flare for every film he's ever going to make, that's when I'm like, it's another lens flare. So I didn't know that was his thing when I first saw the film. Again, I didn't pay attention too much to all of that, and I just kind of liked it. I thought it was cool. Never really seen it used that much before, so I was like, "Oh, it's kind of a neat change."
So you see all the
and
flashing.
then it was a continuous thing, and so that's where my gripe is. So for this first film, I don't mind it. If we were going to rate the other films, I'd be like,
Yeah.
So I give it a point. I liked the feel of this movie too, beyond the lens flares. I thought it wasn't so strong in the teal and orange color scheme that we're all so familiar with. There was a lot of blue, but there was a lot of white. And I liked that. It was nice and bright. You know,
Right,
so that
and
was
that's
something that was good.
yeah, and to your point, that's why I like the bridge scenes. The bridge scenes are really bright white. It's a nice
Yeah,
color that you don't normally see
right,
in a lot of movies. Period.
right.
So that's why
Everything's got
I
to be
give it a half
dark
a point.
and blue like this to some kind of stupid extreme, where this was like
Yeah.
you had the lens flares were a touch of color in the background along with their jersey. I say their jersey, their uniforms, but everything was nice and
No.
brightly lit.
The lens
You
flare
know,
was right on top of everybody all the time, and it was like in
yeah,
front
but
of their
not everybody
faces.
was drenched in blue. You know what I'm saying? Not every
Yeah.
shadow was blue tinted and all that kind of stuff. So
Right,
I didn't.
okay,
Well,
I
I
get that.
give hey to the lens flare situation. At least there were no lens flares when they were firing their guns.
It's true, there, Dan. Yeah.
But see that's dumb. That's probably when it should have had a lens
Dan's like,
flare.
but that's when I wanted lens flares.
Lens flare shooting the gun, because then you see the light flare going by or whatever. I mean,
They
geez.
I'm
probably
really
couldn't
curious
do
to
that
know what
because
Angela
Star
would have
Wars has
said
that.
to all this stuff.
This is true.
I know,
Angela
right?
would.
Like,
She's a
what if she was
Trekkie.
like a?
She's a
I was
Trekkie.
gonna say, what if she's like a huge Trekkie and she'd be like, "Oh man, guys,"
She would
and just
she would
click
think I'm
gone
an
by.
idiot. Yep, that's right. She would think I'm an
I can't
idiot.
handle these people.
I can't
That's
handle
right. R2 brings up a good point. They have phasers, not guns.
not guns. That's true. Oh, and did you hear the phaser gun pew 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 noise? It sounded like Star Wars Episode 1 when Princess Leia's in her thing and she's shooting everybody.
Princess
Shoot,
Leia is
What
not
was
in
it?
episode 1. Hold on,
Not
hold on.
Princess Leia. No, I
Princess
meant
Leia is
sorry.
not in episode
Okay,
1.
sorry.
Queen Amidala is.
Queen Amidala. That's what I meant to say.
You're an idiot. You don't even know Star Wars.
Oh my gosh, here we go. Let's get ready to rumble, everybody. But I mean, wasn't George Lucas revolutionary in creating the sounds for laser guns?
Yes.
Because
Yes.
they tapped the wired fences and stuff like that, and the power line things.
Right.
Oh,
So
I
why
don't know,
didn't they
but
just use the phaser
that's
sound from the 60s?
Because they wanted to be new and original, along with their lens flares.
But new and original by using George Lucas's sounds? That's not original or new.
It's not. I don't know. I'm not even really sure what you're talking about, Dan. I'm just talking to make it sound like I do.
I'm talking
I'm
about
trying to
the
remember.
laser sound.
I'm trying to remember what it sounds like.
Well, watch
you know
it
what?
again.
You know what?
It's
My brother and I
I'll pay
know what
attention to that.
lasers feels like. My brother and I, we know what lasers feels like because we used to touch electric fences for fun. Because, we're smart.
It was before the
Grew
internet,
up in
people.
the-
Phil, pay attention. It was before the internet.
It was. We would be stars if we filmed all the stuff we did in the internet and YouTube was on back when we were kids, man.
Oh, yeah.
We would have been millionaires by now, million views, million everything. So, all you million people, why don't you just subscribe
That's right.
right now?
Awesome.
Nice plug. There you go.
Yeah.
So, cinematography gets a 0, a half, and a 1. So,
1.5 points. Hey, it's better than none. Okay.
That's right.
Moving on to the musical score.
Want to subvert my expectations, huh? All right, musical score.
I'll go first. I liked
go
it.
first.
I'm actually surprised that it's music that I kind of like I remember throughout my life, as far as like I was going up the stairs earlier, haven't thought about this film and kind of started thinking about it, and that dramatic, music when you first see there's a not good person in the chat.
Hey, Adolf, we don't do that stuff here.
We don't do that here.
See yourself out and don't say anything again. Thank you.
Anyway, they are not nice people.
Wow.
Hey, didn't we have a problem with him last time too? A couple like a month
that.
ago or something? I think so.
Hey, this is my first experience with
A
this
bot.
guy.
Icky.
Yeah.
But I when they first like see the.
Oh, by the way, did you know Adolf Hitler was part Jew? Just to say some, if you want to go through history, He was
Yeah, I remember
partially
hearing
Jewish.
about that, which is
And
so
a lot of
crazy.
Jews said he was a bad Jew. So
Well, obviously.
Obviously.
He just was an overall bad person. He didn't make it very well as a human being. But anyway, I like the music. I like the intensity behind it. I do think that, well, this is just kind of branching off into the other films that they overused. Like, every time you see the Enterprise, you got this, crescendo of music, and it's like, okay, it's not that kind of a scene, like it's just
Mhm.
it's just the shit. The first time you see it, that's great, but every time it shows up, but I liked it. I give it a point.
Nice.
It's memorable.
thanks, Dax, for staying on top of that stuff.
Dax rocks.
Thanks for getting rid of Adolf Hitler.
Nazi
He
party
saved
kill.
us. So, on I give the musical score a point as well. So, just like Tabitha said, I enjoyed. I think the conductor, his name is Michael somebody. Starts with a G. His last name is G.
Giacchini.
Yeah, he does.
like
He does
that,
a lot of. He does a lot
I like
of.
that Avery. 2016 Ghostbusters was a person, it would be this jerk.
Giacchino, by the way, that's his name. Michael
Giacchino?
Giacchino.
Okay.
He's done a lot of music for different films.
Yes, especially a lot for Disney too with the Star Wars stuff.
Mhm.
But I like, if I were to compare him to like a composer that I grew up with, he's close to John Williams, not completely, but there's something about his style that I enjoy. I enjoy his style of scoring for movies. It's not like redundant like some of the other guys, like Alan Silvestri or something like that. He's done like Marvel, Avengers, and Captain America. I mean, his, I don't know. To me personally, I just enjoy his style. I like his style and how he integrated the old traditional score from the 1950s into what he did with this movie and adding his own, twist to it. So I enjoyed pretty much every scene that he composed. So, so I give it a point.
You guys are awesome. Because I was so focused on the lens flare, I did not hear any music.
He's like, the lens flares were in my eyes. I couldn't hear.
That's right. What was it? It's too loud. 2016 Ghostbusters. That was loud.
I love it. It's too loud.
You guys are probably right about the
Of course we
the
are.
score, but it didn't do anything for me. It just helped the movie along, and it wasn't like special to me. So
Yeah.
I don't give it a point because it's just it. Yeah,
It's just music.
Yeah, it's just music to me.
It just sets the scene, helps move the story along.
Yeah,
that's right.
They could have thrown in some simple jazz music. Would have been all right.
Yeah, exactly. Then I would have said okay to that. But anyways.
Okay.
Man, my brother really doesn't like this movie.
I know. To be fair, we can't really count his non-point for the music because he doesn't know anything about it because he didn't remember anything.
Yeah, that's true. Well, that's why I said no point because it didn't like give me any member berries. The only member berries I got is like your blue lens flare over there.
Blind Dan some more over there.
Don't blind me. Oh, it's too loud.
That's funny.
Get the full blast.
Avery,
there we go.
You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about, Avery. It's too loud.
All right.
Anyways.
The final category. Now it's going to test you.
See, Dax said that he didn't really like the movie that much, but he thought the score was fantastic.
Because the
Score
score was
okay.
fantastic.
Oh, okay. Let me back up just a wee bit before we go into the allegory. It's nothing like Lord of the Rings or Star Wars or anything like that for me. Like, this is not music I would listen to in my car. I just thought that it was good for the film, but it didn't change my life. Let me put it this way. So,
Well, just
backtrack
because
real
the
quickly.
score doesn't change your life doesn't mean it's not fantastic.
Well, I wouldn't even say that the score was fantastic. I just thought it was good.
To me, it was more of like a generic type score.
You didn't hear it.
I think
You
it's
didn't hear it. You
above.
don't count.
Yeah, exactly, Dan. You didn't even hear it.
You don't get a voice in this one. You didn't
I
even hear it.
definitely don't think it was generic. I think it was memorable, but I don't think it was like
this
fantastic.
is part of the sound. It's not the score, but here's part of the sound. When
We're not
Jim,
talking about sound.
okay, but just listen. Jim
Here it
hit
is.
Spock on the shoulder, right?
Uh-huh.
And when you do that, and his clothing was pretty thick, but it sounded like this.
That's
Sounded
not
like
music.
Really?
skin on skin
Really? We don't
slap,
care.
and it
We don't care.
Made me mad.
We don't care. We
Those
don't
are
care.
sound effects. That's not music.
Yeah, we're not talking
But
about
it's
sound
still-
effects.
Yeah, but
That'll be in the next
still,
category.
You know, I mean, it's a part. If you think about it, it's all part of the sound of the
No,
music.
sound is
the
sound
the
is
sound of the
important,
movie.
but sound engineers are completely different from
If Matthew was
composers.
here, he would be arguing with you.
Well,
'cause
I
he's
understand
a big
that,
sound
but
guy.
what I'm saying is that
I can't see the music. The lights are too bright. I've heard if you're on certain types of drugs, you can see sounds, but I guess we'll never know.
Only if you've been on those drugs.
what's that? Ecstasy?
Something like that. LSD. I don't know. I don't do the drugs, so. But anyway, allegory.
Come on. Come on.
All right.
Cat. Come on.
Go.
Allegory.
You go first, bro.
No. I'm going to keep it in order.
Keep it in order.
Mhm.
Well, Tabitha went first last time.
That's okay. She can,
Dan went
she can
first the
jump
other
around
time.
whenever she wants.
All right, fine.
She's
fine,
allowed
fine.
to jump around.
All right.
Because I'm in the middle.
That's right.
I had something for allegory, and I did like it. It was about Spock talking to Spock about faith or something like that, and it was pretty cool. I can't remember the whole thing though, because my brain is too much on those lens flares. If I was gonna do an allegory about lens flare, Tabitha said it herself. You know, the bright light. God is Jesus' bright light.
I didn't
all
say
over.
that.
Well, you said something about bright light and whiteness, and the white.
It has nothing to do with
All
God.
right. So, are you done? Are you like no?
Yeah,
point
yeah,
then?
yeah. I'm done.
No
I'll give it a
point?
point because I
How
like
can
that.
you give it a
faith
point?
talk.
You don't even know what you're talking about.
I don't know.
You can't give it a point. You have no clue. You
The
are.
All right,
allegory
right.
gets a
I give
point,
it
but
no-
the music doesn't. But neither
Forget
one.
it. I don't give
you're
it a point then.
I mean, how can you give something a point? You have no idea what you're talking about. Yeah, Spock
David,
talked
this
to
was
Spock.
his point. Spock
Faith.
talking to Spock reminded him of the lights and how the Tabitha said they were white, which meant God.
And about faith, and
Beautiful
God is
allegory.
a white light.
Oh man, that's rough.
Okay, you're right. I don't give it a point.
We'll have
I
to
don't
do
like
a
this
follow-up
movie.
episode where Dan just comes back and said, "Okay, I need to come back and review the music and the allegory." Episode 2.
Oh my gosh,
That was
that's
good.
crazy.
I agree with Dan 100%. Gotta support one another.
All right,
Thanks, Tabitha.
that was a great allegory, bro. Loved it.
Thank you.
Wing hugs. Oh, how nice,
David,
brother
I
and
think, hates
sister.
Brother, you can get in on the wing hugs. Here you go.
thanks. I feel so cozy.
Doesn't it make your shoulders feel like they're
like you're being put into a box.
Oh, I like being confined.
with my little wing hugs?
Red Bull gave him wings.
Made me fly.
The light is bright, and I hope the gremlins are not watching.
Right.
Oops.
That's funny. Gremlins. All right. So my allegory, I don't think it's probably not that much better, but I'm going to give the world. All right. So, man, where do I start? So I'm just going to focus on Captain Kirk. Because his storyline is something I can kind of relate to. I mean, my dad didn't blow up in a starship and save the world. So I'll leave it at that.
And we didn't have a stepfather either.
And we didn't have a stepfather that we hated. So and I didn't drive a car off a cliff.
You can relate to this exactly, bro. I love it.
But the part I can relate to, see, it's the underlying. It's like the underlying of the story that
right.
If you're not looking for it, you're not going to see it. The underlying story is that this young boy grew up without a father. He had no father figure. There was no one that really loved on him other than his mother. You know, you could tell that his stepdad didn't care for him. You know, I'm going to beat your bleep. And then when you get back here, you know, I don't like you, basically. So, you know, this kid has no good father figure. Now, as he's growing up,
probably upset with his mother for being with this jerk guy too, you know.
Probably, you know, because kids are selfish. You know, they don't want their mommy hanging out with a jerk that they feel like is a jerk. I mean, I personally felt that way about a certain guy that was living in our house, Dan. So, but yeah. So, and then you got Captain Pike. Captain Pike believes in Kirk, believes that he can be the potential like his dad. You know, so to me, Pike is like the Holy Spirit.
Everybody. Dave White.
Oh,
mommy.
Hey, guess what, bro? We're about done.
Not if he has anything to say about it. He'll somehow jump on this stream.
So Pike to me is like the Holy Spirit. You know, very encouraging, lifting up, building up, trying to get Kurt on the right path. And James, you know, he finally makes a decision. You know what?
Spock was there too. He gave some words of wisdom.
Yeah,
but he wasn't the guy to change Kirk.
It wasn't. Yeah, Spock wasn't the guy that transformed James Kirk to become what he is now in this movie. So my allegory is, you know, basically, we as people all have baggage. We all have junk that we deal with every day. And we all have some kind of trauma in our lives. Whether you believe it or not, maybe you buried it or you're dealing with it. We all have some sort of trauma in our lives.
Yeah.
When I went through some deep counseling, the counselor that I was under, he told me that, you know, there's wax and lax. What?
Sorry, I hear a bzzz. Did anyone else hear that, or is that just me?
No,
Maybe it was my lens flares.
Oh,
I hear the buzzing too, but I'm ignoring it. I'm ignoring it like, you know, the lens flares.
Okay, all right, go ahead.
Or the musical score, whatever.
Yeah.
But as I was saying, as you rudely interrupted me yet again,
sorry,
bro, man. What I'm saying is that we all have issues, and certain traumas are wax and lax. Wax are the big ones, lax are the small traumas, but we all have trauma in our lives. Holy Spirit comes if we give our hearts to Jesus and we start to submit ourselves to Christ. He comes and he helps us to get through those issues. Whether it takes months, years, decades, he's here to help us walk through this life called being a human, to get us to a place where we can have victory every day. So I give this allegory a point.
Awesome.
Thanks.
Did Tabitha say anything yet?
No, she's up now.
Okay.
I mean, I kind of go on. There's several different things you could do. I was sitting here, not that I wasn't listening to you, David. It was great stuff. No, I did listen to you. I was just trying to think of like silly things and be like, I love the part where, and it's like, no, that's not appropriate. But anyway, I I think that there are quite a few allegories you can get out of this film. Much like what David was saying is the fact that there are all these people in this film, because it's supposed to be an origins story. They're struggling with something.
Yeah,
you know,
Dan wouldn't understand that though.
Like even Uhura's character, she's trying to prove that she's good at what she does. She's young, she's a strong-headed woman, and she's trying to be taken seriously. And then there's Kirk.
I thought she was green.
That's no. Uhura, Nichelle Nichols, the original, she black. She's not green.
She's.
Are you thinking about a scene that you shouldn't be thinking about?
You're thinking about the inappropriate scene that took place in Uhura's bedroom with the green chick.
No. I'm talking about.
We're not talking about Star Wars either, bro.
No. Guardians of the Galaxy. She's green.
Oh, Zoe Saldana. Yes. Well, that's Zoe Saldana's different characters. I'm talking about Uhura. What are you talking about?
Bro. Isn't that funny how her roommate was green?
That is funny.
Since you brought it up. And then she's green.
I was like, what are you talking about? Never has. I don't think there's ever been an episode where she was green. Anyway, they're all battling with different.
Wait, now I see why you guys go 2 hours.
Hey, we have fun, But anyway, I was like, there's that, or you of course there's the kind of like also what David was saying, that fathers are important. You can see, in our world today, how crucial it is to have an upstanding male figure, especially the father, in a child's life to encourage you to do the different things. But I think what I'll try to focus on here is kind of a little bit abstract, but because this could go in church, this can go in your own personal life, this can go in work, is that nobody really wanted Kirk to be the captain. It's going to be more about like team effort here. Is that it takes a lot.
This is good.
It takes a lot of humility to let the person that you don't like be the man for the job when they are really meant to be the man of the job. And good team players, good groups, they find a way to encourage one another to be the better person. And so, like I said, Kirk was a total douchebag. Absolutely. He just didn't understand his potential. He just thought he was good at everything. But, his relationship with Spock, even though that would come, years later, when he had that conversation with the elderly Spock, he was like, you're going to be good friends. You're good for each other. Just kind of hang on, good friendship and teamwork. You try for the greater good, for the ship, for the mission. They needed to look past their problems. They needed to look past their wants and try to work together in harmony. And that's an essential part of life, whether, like I said, you're on a sports team, you're in business, or you're in church, trying to get end goal. You kind of just, it's not easy. And like David was saying also with the Holy Spirit, that's absolutely has to be the Holy Spirit. You can't just get over people's problems. You have to let the Holy Spirit guide you to get over people's problems. Because I personally would not have an easy time letting somebody like James T. Kirk be in authority over me, even though they were destined to have that position, without the Holy Spirit telling me and showing me that's like, this is the guy for the job. He just doesn't know how to be that man just yet. And so that takes some spiritual maturity, of course, but that's where I would go with that. So I give it a point.
Nice. I like it. I like your allegory. That's a good one.
I was listening.
All right, so
I hate how Dax totally summarizes what I just said. It's like, what, 7 words?
It's okay.
Following the pride,
I can't. Do the job. Yep. I can't summarize in a short way. I apologize.
Phil says he likes how Spock's struggled in keeping his motion in check, and how Kirk, someone who was obnoxious, helped him because more human throughout the movie.
Yeah.
I never saw the third one, by the way.
I never saw the second one or the third one. I was
Now,
done.
I will go ahead and say that Into Darkness, I think, is better than this one.
I would probably agree. Yeah.
Now, there are a lot of lens flares, but Benedict Cumberbatch's acting is just so, brilliant. It was a good...
Wait a minute. Benedict Cumberbatch is in which one?
In the second one, Into Darkness.
Bro, if you actually paid attention,
hey, if you don't
movies,
care, then don't listen to us.
I better watch that movie then, because he's good. He's a good actor. I like it.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm not a Trekkie fan.
He played a good Khan in that movie.
Yeah. I wasn't so sure about that because, especially having seen the original dude, I'm like... So he's quite a twist on the original, but he did it really well.
Yeah, he did good. All right, so let's add up the points. So we got, what was it?
10.5.
Oh, you kept track? Thank you. Because I was trying to keep track in my brain, but then I got distracted after musical score.
After Dan.
Yeah.
Because those lens flares are too
10
loud.
10.5. That means this movie still ranks pretty good on Inside the Booth. So...
Well, if it was just me or you, or just me and Tabitha, then it would be a different score.
It don't matter.
If it was just David and I, it would still be 1, 2.
It would have been a perfect,
3, 4,
almost a perfect score.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9.5. So,
yeah. So
my 1 point.
So it's a good movie. It's a good movie. Everybody ignore what my brother said because he didn't really watch it. He told me he fell asleep a couple of times and then he had to try and rewatch it again.
No, I did rewatch it today. It was after I was a big owl. So, yep.
With no context whatsoever, that would be weird.
Good point.
So that's why the lens flare bothered me, was because I did rewatch it. That's probably why I fell asleep the first time watching it again. All them lens flares. I was like, my eyes can't handle this. I'm going to close them.
Nice.
And then I fell asleep. And then my brother goes, "Hey, I'm going to watch this movie, everybody. Whoever watched it, sorry, you're like 25 minutes almost over with." And I said, "Don't worry. I fell asleep anyways."
I think it should be a staple that for every J.J. Abrams movie that's out there, it comes with complimentary sunglasses.
Ooh,
for people like Dan.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So he can see the music better.
So he can see the music better.
We should make a t-shirt. I can see the music, and then a big lens flare.
I can't see the music.
Or I can't see the music. Yeah.
Nice.
Love it. Well, Tabitha, you want to close us out tonight?
Bye.
That's cool.
Bye.
No, thank you all for coming. We appreciate having you in the booth with us here tonight. Glad to see, of course, David and Dan, the ghost from Canada, with us here. And of course, be sure to check out our website, which is www.insidethebooth.tv.com, where you can get some really awesome merch like these guys are showcasing right here. Really awesome hoodies, neck gaiters. We've got all kinds of cool stuff and hopefully some new things coming. Yes, koozies to keep your drinks cozy in the future. You can also become a member on Patreon with us, and you can support us for as little as $1 a month. And we've got some cool things that are coming along with patrons, and so be sure, if you feel led, you can do that. We really appreciate the people that have already supported us in so many different ways. We appreciate the likes, the sharing, the commenting on Twitter, where you can also follow us at Inside the Booth. You can find us on Instagram, and yes, R2, we are pretty close to wrapping this up. So again, thank you so much. Be sure. He's like, I didn't pay for this. Be sure, I put it in, I don't know if it's in the description below this video, but be sure to check out Angela's channel, where you can get a snippet of some of her voice acting. And it's really awesome. We're looking forward to hopefully having her back. Say some prayers for her just so that she's all good and we can bring her back.
Yep.
We're really excited about bringing her back here. But until then, thank you for joining us and being faithful. We see you. We appreciate all of you that are here. And be sure to vanquish the like button, subscribe, share with your friends. And go visit me because I'm important too.
Yes.
That's right. That's right.
Go give her Tabitha, some you're awesome. We need to give you like money to stay now.
Yes. So support us on Patreon so Tabitha can get money to stay.
That's right.
That's right. That's right.
Hey,
support us so we can pay Tabitha, everybody.
I will be celebrating 6 months next month for being here on Inside the Booth. Can you believe it?
That's crazy.
Man, that's great.
Did you think I'd make it this long?
That's right. And remember, next month is Ghostbuster month. We're going to be having some fun there.
Yeah.
Money, please. That's right. That's right. Everybody give us money.
My brother,
give me your money.
Wait, my brother will dress up. He'll play all the parts. He'll quote all the lines for you guys from the first movie to the second movie, and then he'll watch Afterlife maybe 5 times so that he can be ready to quote those lines to you guys as well.
Right.
You know, you don't want to miss November because
that's right. We're gonna have spoilers.
It's all about Dan Arena in November.
It's gonna be extra. Dan Arena's Extra Life or Afterlife.
And I'll showcase my proton packs,
his goggles,
costumes,
his traps.
What else?
His slime.
His slime.
My slime.
I won't be here for that episode. That's right. I'm here with Dax. I think that's good. We want to see him as Sigourney Weaver, especially in that like orangey sparkly number that she wore while she was possessed. That's what I'm looking for.
I need a lens flare for that.
I need a lens flare for that. I like it. My eyes.
Me too.
Oh man. So we're not brothers, I swear. But what was I gonna say? Oh, please, I'm gonna mention this again. Subscribe to Angela Clark's channel, guys. I don't care if you even don't watch her. Just go and hit subscribe because we want to boost her algorithms on YouTube so that she can get more.
In the description below is all her stuff. So
yeah,
check that out.
Angela's a great lady. And by the way, I found her not on YouTube. I found her on Rumble.
Oh, did you? Oh,
yeah.
Nice. Just wondering how you found her.
Yeah.
What will happen if you can get 1,000 members over the next 12 months?
Dan will dress up as Sigourney Weaver. That's what will happen.
I'm gonna.
And I will have to.
We'll have a giveaway party.
I'll have to do a Samson move and pluck out my eyes.
I got wigs. I'm not getting rid of this beard though.
You know, I noticed how he's like. He didn't say no.
It's kind of scary.
Dan's like, I do it for the views. I give the people what they want.
That's right. I give you what you want, as long as you give me money.
That's.
Thank you.
I dressed as a.
Appreciate it.
What'd he say? Oh,
he said he already subscribed.
Oh yes. Thank you, Dax.
Excellent.
I am Zool. I'll dress up as Zool. That's right. That'd be better, right? Because then I have like bubble wrap all over me.
What are you talking about? Zool had like that ice skaters like see-through thing with the hair and the makeup.
Exactly. It's like bubble wrap. Yeah.
I need lens flares, eyes gouged out, just everything.
Your mother will be watching. Well,
probably.
Yeah, who brought the dog? My brother.
Woof.
Anyways,
so
Tabitha already said goodbye for us, so I'm going to say goodbye.
All right, yes. All right,
this will be Dan, everybody, in a couple months, so subscribe.
I hope you enjoy that, peeps.
Except I'll be a lot fatter and more hairier.
You mean rounder?
Rounder. Is that the word?
It depends on how you're feeling.
And it depends on what you identify yourself with.
Yes. I identify myself as skinny and good looking. So you guys, you have to like me. Did you see that on TikTok?
That's right, Phil. You will now have nightmares.
I
You
tried
better
it.
pray to Jesus. Pray to Jesus.
That's right. Full figured ghosts.
I'm gonna come as the keymaster? Is that what Rick Moranis was?
Yeah.
The gatekeeper, the keymaster.
I will
Anyway.
not dress up at all because I don't have any of those things.
Yeah, me neither.
You put your glasses on, you'll look like Egon. There you
I
go.
don't
See?
think that's a compliment.
Why
Oh,
not?
look, and
Egon's cool.
and we got Janine.
Ghostbusters, what do you want?
Yes.
Yo, you got it. You got it. You got it.
Oh, that's awesome.
I'll clip this as a commercial for November.
There you go.
Ghostbusters, what do you want?
I have to be smacking my lips and chewing some gum.
Awesome. All right, everybody. We already said goodnight and goodbye, so we'll say it one last time.
All right, one last time.
Have a good night, everybody. We love you. And
Bye.
come back on Tuesday.
Oh,
Have
yeah.
some cool stuff. Wing hugs? Oh, wing hugs.
I hope you like my lens flares in my glasses.
Yeah. I see
The ring light.
Look
got a
at the
party
ring
going
light
on.
flare. Look at it. There's a flare there, too. All right, bye. Let's do this forever.